What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to GmiasWorld, and Happy New Year to you and yours again. Right now, I've been getting a lot of questions about contains, RPOs. You know, Gmi, they're more than likely going to drop another patch. What's the deal? What's going on? Will they fix anything? More than likely, no. I'm going to let you guys... Listen, bro, I'm going to tell you this right now. Relying on EA to fix something, dude, I don't want to compare it to anything, because it's just going to be more and more ridiculous. You know what I'm saying? Like, it just doesn't make any sense. But just know that it's not it's more than likely not going to happen, and this has been a reoccurring theme over the last, I would say, 4 years, because contains have just been broken. This is what happens. Contains are either too good or they're just excessively trash. And right now there's no balance with it. So the RPO, as far as like the glance, where, you know, the cornerbacks and everybody doesn't respond to the quarterback when he's running, that's not as OP as it once was. You actually have to do a few things in order to make it work consistently. You got to move guys around, slide the tight end to one side to the other. There's things you have to do. It just doesn't work the way it used to. So it's not as OP as it once was. So when you're asking, like, okay, Gmi, what can I do to slow down a running quarterback, the Kyler Murrays, the Jalen Hurts, Derrick Henry at QB? What can I do to slow him down, defensively? The first thing you can do is just pray. I don't care who you're praying to. I can tell you this much, though. The devil said he had nothing to do with it. So if you're praying to the devil, he's going to tell you he's out of it. He has nothing to do with EA and what they're doing. And he told me that directly because I asked him. So look, this is what's going on right now. We have to figure out exactly what you need to do to formulate the best plan to keep people inside the pocket. Now, usually you want to go ahead and get the best, the fastest outside guys. Now, this is based on a Raiders Steam team. All right? One of the things I'm going to point out, because a lot of you guys are newbies, even some of my veterans are asking, does abilities really matter as far as, containing? Do you need to have an ability on the player that contains? The answer is no. Let me tell you this right now. Everybody that's watching this video has played somebody with no D-line abilities that contained you like nobody's business. Then you've played people that have abilities and you were able to block them with no issue. There's no rhyme or reason about that. The game is very inconsistent when it comes to that. So there's no real answer to what, like, if there's an ability that, makes a guy have a brain. You know what I'm saying? Like, oh, I'm going to play the contain. Like, there's no ability here that gives they got things called extra credit. Like, these people, look, it's starting to get it's wild. And I know a lot of you guys have been throwing up in your mouth playing the game. I understand that, but we're going to have to figure out ways to get through it. All right? I'm here to tell you right now, your best bet, right, to be able to keep somebody in the pocket. Yes, you still have to contain, but it's about the way you contain and what the other players are doing. All right, so look, for instance, I have Edge Threat equipped on this guy, and I have Reach Elite. I don't know if it works. You don't know if it works. None of us knows if it works. The EA developers don't know if it works. But in certain cases, he'll get a shed, and he'll get right in at the QB, right? Does this affect anything if you put a contain on him? Based on everything that I've seen, contains do not work with Edge Threat. So if you put somebody in a contain, if he has Edge Threat or Edge Threat Elite, it doesn't matter. He will stay there and just contain. The Edge Threat will not, kick off until the player actually moves to that side. And even if they do that, the players usually just run right up the field when the contain animates. So the contain truly doesn't do what it's supposed to do anyway. All right? But just hear me out right now. The least amount of people you send, the better the contain. So let me say that again to you, because I know you guys will be like, yo, what if you blitz everybody and contain? Earlier in the year, you were able to audible down to 3-3-5. You go to 3-3-5 wide from 3-3-5 normal, and then you would use the safeties, the faster players on the outside, and then they would pretty much go ahead and be in a contain. But you could contain blitz. EA has nerfed the contain blitz. So they don't just randomly run in. What happens is they run straight down, and if the player stays inside the pocket, the tackle will come down and block him. So there's really no consistent way to keep the player in there. But this is what happens, right? If you send 3, right? Like say you send 3, you have a spy, and 2 of those players are in contain and they're wide. Those wide players will play a little bit better than if you blitzed everybody and had the contain. And this is why. The blitz angles are all stupid. So they'll just run into the wrong lineman and all kinds of stuff will be stupid. And then you'll get play action booted over. And then you're like, okay, dude, what did I do to sign up for this? And guess what? You logged in and you agreed to the terms of the agreement. Like EA was like, yo, you want to get it from the back? You said yes. I did. You did the same thing. It's written someplace in the jargon over there, bro. You got to read through it. It asks you at one point, check the box if you want it from the back. I checked the box twice. So when I log in, I'm looking to get dealt with. This is what I need you guys to know, though. Like I said before, a lot of you guys are like, yo, Gmia, you've been having a good time. You know, I keep people in the pocket with the 4-3-6-1, you know, consistently, but you don't want to send everybody. That's pretty much what it is. Like, I'm just making you guys understand with that situation, you do not want to send everyone. And if you do send everyone, one of the things that I've been labbing, guys, is double A gap again. And let me explain to you guys why I'm labbing double A gap. Double A gap because it has the 4 down lineman, like the not the 2-4-5. I think I'm using a regular nickel I was labbing with. Double A gap. I guess it will work with any 4 down set. If you contain one person, right, instead of having 2, because I think what happens is when you contain both sides, it messes up everything and you don't really get a pass rush, right? But if you have a really, really fast guy that's on a contain and you just leave him off to the side in nickel double A gap, that has consistently worked for me as far as me labbing it off stream, right? But I'm not ready to say that the double A gap is the go-to. There are several formations. The nickel, any 4 down lineman set, when those 4 down linemen are containing, they usually play a little bit better than everything else off the edge. One of the things I would recommend that you don't do, though, is like I said, if you're consistently blitzing everybody with double contains, you're not going to get the proper, animations to come in on that, right? Because you're going to have to guess what side the player wants to roll out. And that's pretty much what you're going to need to do in order to be able to stop it. Don't ever have double. That's all I'm going to say. And a lot of you guys know how to do the quick adjustments so that you re-blitz one of the contains and don't keep both of them coming. That is usually a very, very good way to make sure that the guy can't tell what side the contain is on based on the blitz. Now, as far as the RPO, because remember, I don't know exactly what this patch is going to do, but remember, last year EA was patching the game like in July. Okay? There's so many people that are complaining about so many different things. I don't think that these things are of like the utmost importance because it's been something that the community has had issues with for a very long time. We can't contain anyone. We couldn't contain Granny on her walker, dude. So I don't feel that that's going to happen. But I'm just giving you guys suggestions and I'm letting you guys understand. The abilities don't influence how the players contain, but it will slow it down because edge threat does not work with the contain. So I wanted to make sure that that is clear. Double or nothing, they'll still get off if you're in a contain. Under pressure, they'll still shed the same way if you're in a contain. Edge threat will not light up with the contain. All right, so that's point blank period. Just don't do that. Send less 4 down lineman sets. Contain those 4 down linemen. And if you get Grizzly, you blitz a corner off of one side with a nickel, dime, whatever. All right. Now the RPO. The RPO is not as OP as it once was, and a lot of people are having success stopping it by just running dollar. So that's pretty much what it is. A lot of you guys already know about the dollar blitz. You know what I'm saying? The dude's off the edge. You run straight through with one of the sub linebackers and just have a field day. So there's nothing really important with that. I just wanted to make sure that I broke down what was going on. And my defensive ends that I use on the outside, Lawrence Taylor, all right, and Khalil Mack. That's it. There's no other secret. Oh, wait a minute. Inside stuff, like I told you guys, just have one of them. You don't need 2. 1 is cool. And whatever kind of thing that you set up, just make sure you have D-line abilities on. Like I said, does it influence the way they contain? No. You have to contain the proper way. Just don't send double contains. Once you double tap the R1 button, you get the contains. You're gonna have to quick link that quick adjust and make one guy blitz regular on either side and guess it, and you'll get much more penetration to the quarterback than you would if you have double contains. All right, relying on a patch, no bueno. I'm gonna see you guys and girls next time. Enjoy your new year. Until next time, one love, y'all.